Greetings, welcome to a little ad hoc stream where I just wanted to say my final farewells to Football Manager 2024. I haven't particularly been recording these videos for the games that I've been playing, but I thought just for this final save that I intend to do, which is Manchester United, we're going to just see what we can do really with a team that is failing in all senses of a word under Ruben Amorim, and we're just going to see if we can do better than him, and if we can't, then we've got something to worry about really. So let's see how it goes. Now I am streaming from a busy household, so if it does go quiet, it will be going quiet because there's other people knocking around and I'm just trying to stop the noises in the background. Obviously we don't want to be having them, so let's have a look at the team that I have chosen to manage, which is of course Manchester United. We're going to go to create your own style because we want to work it out for ourselves. So we'll go for a 4-2-3-1 like that. So we're going to be attacking. There's no point being Man United and anything else. So shorter passing, nice high tempo. I don't want to play out of defence yet. I may put it in during games maybe. Yeah, so I think we need to get the ball into the box. And because of the size of our striker, we're going to float the crosses in. Let's not focus it particularly, but we're going to play on the wider side of fairly. We're not going to time waste. Obviously, that's something that you adjust mainly in the game. So in transition, we're going to regroup. What I want my players to do is get themselves back, try and get the shape. But when we win the ball, we want to counter and get the ball forward quickly. So for the goalkeeper, I'm going to leave that for now, the distribution of that, see how the tactics working. If I feel like we need to play it out from the back a little bit more, then I will start distributing it short. And it may even come down to the formations of the other team and the way in which they're pressing as well. So what I'll do is I'll leave all of that blank just until we've had a little bit of a chance to see what they can do. High press, a higher defensive line. I may even go ultra, especially with us having the sweeper keeper. I may go right up, but we'll leave it at that for now. Because we're doing that, we need to step up more on to try and cut out any early over the top balls. That is going to be quite important. Pressing, trap inside, trap outside. I think we'll probably leave that now, but that has got to be up to the maximum. We're going to be pressing the heck out of these teams. And we'll leave it at that for now. We don't want too much. We'll build more into it as and when we feel like it is getting to where we want it to be. So let's look at our schedule quickly. What we have is 2 friendlies, which we'll play now, and then we're into the Premier League. So not long to the actual kick-off of the season, and we've not got any players to look for to sign at the moment, so it's going to be pretty quick getting into the actual season. So here we go for the friendlies. We'll do a quick pick, but is there a reason why Cunha's not on there? I don't know, so I'm going to challenge that one. Let's see. Yeah, so wise. Oh heaven, we left you at home. Why did we do that? Oh, should have checked that really instead of rushing into it, but never mind. We'll have to play with no heaven. I'm sure we'll be fine. So here we go. Submit team. Go to match. So we'll go with the recommended team talk for now. So this is going to be the interesting part. You know, we're not going to see these graphics for much longer with the new and improved. So that's a bit too fast. We'll go with that one for now, and if it gets a bit too slow, we'll keep it on extended highlights, even though it's a friendly. We want to see how the tactic is playing out, although extended highlights is not showing us a great deal. So obviously the object of the gameplay was that we would try and press these guys out of the game. Control of possession would be nice, but quick, short passes is what we're calling for in this game. As Sesko charges through and Buemo, and 10 minutes basically into the first friendly without Ruben Amorim, and Manchester United are 1-0 up. It was a good run from Sesko. It doesn't look like the sort of guy who would have these dribbling skills. And Buemo was there ready to stroke home from close range into an open goal. Obviously, we're playing against a minnow side from America, so shouldn't be too much difficulty to us. And we have an awfully strong side out for the first half. Obviously, we'll make plenty of changes in this game, and Buemo nearly gets his second. Bruno Fernandes with the corner. And Buemo loses out in the header. They're going to clear it, but there's a lot of players hanging around. Mazraoui, will he whip the ball in? Nope. Ugarte, Mazraoui. This bit frustrates me because I specifically tried to avoid that by telling them to stick the ball in early, but they hadn't done. Fernandes at the back post. All the United players were nowhere near the ball. And Buemo finds Bruno Fernandes, who slots it home. And 23 minutes in, we have 2. Again, a nice little centred ball from Buemo. I think in real life, looking at him, Buemo, he looks reasonable. He's certainly a hard worker, which sometimes United players are a little bit guilty of being too lazy. But Buemo looks like he gives everything in every game, which, yeah, it's good. So we've hit half an hour now, and we've got a nice comfortable 2-0 lead. And Buemo charging forward. Doesn't freeze. Now Buemo's going to come and take a corner. This must be a different routine, this one. Not sure whose routines are whose yet. I'll have to work it out when I get a chance. But so far, neither of our corners that I've seen us take have been particularly fruitful, but they need a bit of time to learn the tactics. That was pretty poor defending. I'd like to say I'm a little bit unimpressed with that. We'll have to consider how we can address that situation. So 8 shots to their 3. So we can go with that. It looks like a reasonably dominant performance. The bit that concerns me a little bit is that we're not holding possession as well as I would like. 50-50 against a team like this. We should easily be 60% possession. So if we go to our instructions, we'll try and slow it down just slightly and go shorter maybe even dribble less. We've done okay with our dribbling, don't get me wrong, but to hold on to the ball a little bit more might be the way to go with this. So I could make a lot of substitutions, but I think I'll keep it as it is for now and just see if we can dominate that possession a little bit more, because I think that's realistically what we want to be achieving. So we just keep an eye on the possession on the left hand side of the screen. So Bruno Fernandes, De Ligt, Cunha. Oh, nice finish. So it hasn't taken more than a minute for us to start creeping up with the percentage. We've got a goal as well. So we can be happy with that. Obviously, things are going to change on about the hour mark when most of the team comes off. But Mbuemo, Ugarte, Mazraoui, Sesko's there on his own. Oh, how did that not go in? Off the post. The keeper was flapping around. No idea what the keeper was doing, but how that came out the wrong side of the line, I do not know. Casemiro goes back to Euro. Ugarte. Nice little patient build-up. Cunha finds Malacia. Doesn't whip it in early. That's what you've been instructed to do. De Ligt, we're going all the way back again. But it's okay, we're building up that stat that I wanted to improve. And Mbuemo's tucked it in at the far post. Was he onside? I think so. So that's going to be 4-0. We can safely say that the tactic is working against a weaker team. But it'd be interesting to see how it copes when we have to deal with somebody a little bit better, like Manchester City or Liverpool, or even Brentford. My goodness. In real life, Mbuemo must be wondering what he left. Fernandes finds Casemiro. Great ball to Sesko. I think he's offside. Yes, he was. So we're heading to substitution time. So tactics. So let's see. We'll give Henderson a go. Harry Maguire on. We don't want him as the ball playing midfielder. That would be silly. Martinez. Now, we have got a little issue there. I think I will swap them around, but we'll change the roles around as well, because we don't want Harry Maguire as a ball playing. I don't want him to mess around with that ball, to be honest. For me, Harry Maguire is not the sort of guy you want on the ball too often. He's there to clear the lines, and that'll do. Xerxes can have a go up front. Mason Mount. Where do we put you? We'll take Cunha off. He's definitely tired. And Amad Diallo for Mbuemo. And Patrick Dorgu for Malacia. And we'll see how we go with that. That'll probably do for now. Leaves us Diego Dallo in case somebody gets injured, because we didn't bring many players with us. Oh, I don't know why I did that. That's the one I wanted to press. So Bruno Fernandes. Looks like he's going to get a full game. Wasn't my intention, but we do have such a small squad that have come to America. We are cutting costs, of course. Xerxes up for the header. I mean, I think he's going to be perfectly fine as a backup for Sesko. So we're into the 76th minute, and good defending. We are beginning to concede a few sort of like attacks, I think, so we just need to be aware of that, but also we need to recognise it's not our first choice team out there anymore, so maybe New York will bring themselves in. I've just realised something. It's only 3-0. That means one of the goals I've been celebrating didn't actually happen. I imagined it. So Ahmad hits it against the defender and Fernandez sends it over the bar. So we're heading into the final minutes. It's been comfortable enough. We didn't quite get the possession up as much as I would have liked. But all in all, I would say 3-0. Your first time using the tactic, I would say that's perfectly acceptable. If we can get more and more dominant on the ball as we get used to the tactic, I think I'll be happy with that. I don't want to go too mad on the praise. Just go with the suggested for now. And because we haven't got to worry about any sort of like changes, what we'll do is we've got another game, very quick turnaround. So what we need to do is rest the players who played, because they don't want to do too much training when they've got a game in a couple of days. So I thought that was not a good start, but as it turns out, it was disallowed anyway, so that's not too bad. But this could very quickly go wrong. We'll have to keep an eye on this. Buemo plays the ball to Mazraoui. Mazraoui comes back to Ugarte, who floats the ball in. That's what we've been looking for. And Sesko cannot find the top. I'll tell you what, his finishing stats are fantastic, and his heading stats are good as well. But that wasn't evidenced in that particular opportunity. Buemo. Ugarte again putting a delicious cross in. It has to be said. Malacia, will he put the ball in early? Sesko. Oh my word, Sesko, what are you doing? So, I don't think I'll give them quite as long if they played in the last match, because they will have played a lot of football. I think at half time we'll ring some changes, especially those who played a full game. They can't play a full game and then 2 days later another full game. Wow, what was Lemons doing there? You know, you have habits starting from their defensive positions. You look at the pressing that I've got on, and it's just not happening there at all. It's an interesting thing to note with this. Work ethic of some of these is going to have to be brought into question, I think. Yoro finds Malacia. Will he put the cross in early? Oh, he's threaded it through to Mount. I mean, that was a fantastic pass. There it is, 1-0. Mason Mount, who is sort of like a dark horse in this team, could, potentially get some goals and certainly create a few issues. He's, I would say, a little bit of a downgrade of Juan Mata, whose footsteps he's following him, but he's still a good player if he can keep fit. We've already got players looking tired as Bruno Fernandes scores a free kick. He'll do very nicely. Amazingly, we've seen them with a lot more of the ball, but we've still got better possession stats in this game. It just shows you that the highlights don't always give you what you need. I am looking forward to the dynamic highlights, which is supposed to be in the new Football Manager. That's going to be interesting because we won't have so many at the in games like this, which are not really important. We're not going to see too many. So if we look at it, we've had 7 shots to their 2, so we're in complete control of the game, but we're not creating enough in terms of gilt edge chances. We're still ahead of the XG because we've got 2 goals and we're on 0.8 XG. So that suggests to us that we need to create some things. My dog goes zooming past. So let's see, what shall we do for... So I'm not happy with that. I think we should have got more goals than what we got, more shots than what we got. So now it's looking at the energy of the guys. So he's definitely coming off. We haven't seen Dallo yet. So Lemon's not so impressed with how he dealt with that particular cross that was in the game. Ugarte can come on for him. Bruno Fernandes. We haven't really got anyone we can swap with him. So Bruno, you're going to have to suck it up. As captain, you're going to be playing the whole game again. I think we'll leave the strikers as they are for now, and we'll give Dorgu a bit longer. Actually, I'm going to give him Buemo a rest and give Diallo a go, especially with us having run at the defence, because with his pace he can cause absolute nightmares for people. So here we go, Whiteman, Vasilov, Mason Mount makes the interception, Ahmad running at the defence, which is what we wanted, Cunha. Mount lets it run, but there was nobody for to run onto it. So it definitely seems that the attacks that they're getting are a little bit more dangerous than New York's, because Philadelphia are getting a couple of highlights, which is not what we want to see. And what I may do is just pull back the mentality a little bit and try and dominate the possession a little bit more. Well, Sesko's got through, as I was talking there, and slotted home. So that will make the game safe. Obviously, it's not an important game, but it's nice to be able to say that we've secured ourselves the victory. So 51 minutes in, 3 goals to the good. We'll give it another 5 minutes or so and then Sesko can have a rest. He's got a big body to be lugging around for so long. So yeah, we'll give him a rest and hopefully he'll keep his fitness for the next game. But again, just watching Maguire there, supposed to be pressing these guys, and he left him. So while it's off highlight, we'll go on to balanced and tactics. Sesko's done his job now, so Xerxes can come on. Martinez can replace Maguire. So we can't really do anything for Cunha because he's tired, but we haven't got anyone to replace him other than change our formation. So before we're going to start changing our formation, I think we'll give it a little bit of a spin up to maybe 75, 80 minutes, and then we'll put that extra defender on. Not because we need to keep clean sheets, but just because we don't want to kill our players for the sake of a friendly in America. But they definitely had a lot more shots in the second half, which is a little bit disconcerting. Dorgu taking the corner. Didn't have him down as one of the corner takers, but it's a good one. Xerxes probably should have been a little bit more in the centre of the box for me. Xerxes is quite a tall player. Dallo. Ahmad picks it up. Will he run at them? He's found Dallo. Good crossing, Cunha. The heading has not been overly impressive in these first two games. We have been having it as a floated crosses, so that was exactly what I've been asking for. Usually we want Sesko on the pitch for that though, admittedly. But I would say that all in all, this has been another good run out. And I think what we'll do is we'll take Cunha off in a minute after this attack and switch to 3 at the back. Just for the last 15 minutes. Oh, I thought I was going to be an own goal for a second then. Dodgy passing it around. This highlight still goes on. And when they're long highlights like this, it usually means something exciting at the end. Ahmad. Yoro. Bruno Fernandes bringing it forward. Finds Cunha, who's gone for the top corner. That may be the last thing you do in this match. Tactics. Right. So Cunha off for Delict. We go on to there, and so what we'll do is we'll drop Delict into centre back. Let's go some exciting like Delict as a libero support. That will be interesting, won't it? Mason Mount can go out wide as an advanced playmaker. And I would say that for the last. I swear I put that as a wing back. So that means that my main tactic has not been having a left wing back all this time, and I didn't even notice he was supposed to be. But never mind. We've been doing okay. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. Cunha still on the pitch, hasn't been taken off yet. Dorgu swings in a good cross. Xerxes rises nicely, no power on the header, easy for the keeper. Bruno's looking tired, it's no surprise. He's played 2 full games in the space of a couple of days. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. I think we've done a job here. I may try and slow the game down. For the last 10 minutes or so of it, Ahmad picks up the ball. Did have an overlap on there, but was facing the wrong way to give the pass. And he could give it again. Dallo, will he get the cross in? He's pulled it back to Casemiro, who gives it back. The cross is blocked. Made it ineffective, but he's got another chance, and he's been tackled. And that's the end of that. So I know we've got something happening here, which means that if I mess with it, somebody will score. But we'll go much shorter and slightly lower. Dribble less. And try and just hang on to the ball. Play the game out now. We don't want Fernandes running around too much. And before the changes are made, Dallo puts in a beautiful cross. Xerxes, oh my word, Xerxes, how on earth did you miss that? It was harder to miss than score, and somehow he's done it. I think these strikers are going to be frustrating this season. We're going to be dependent on the inside forwards for the bulk of the goals, I would imagine. But Bruno Fernandes, Delict, Mount, Martinez. Ahmed. Oof. Well, there's another good chance. if nothing else. Oh, I'll tell you what, we have allowed a little bit of an opportunity at the back. Not the greatest of encouragements for when we start playing the better teams. This is not going to be what we want to see. Good save by Henderson, one for the cameras, but we'll take it. It's looking like yet another clean sheet at the moment. Don't want to speak too soon. The whistle should be going any second now, and there it is. And I think we have one more friendly, but so far we can be very happy with 2 3-0 victories. Plenty of domination. Possession, still not happy that we're not controlling the possession. We may have to take a little bit of a look at that, or perhaps look at a more possession-based tactic, or slow it down just a little bit. Maybe that is always an option. So again, reasonably happy with it. I think we gave away too many easy chances. Maybe playing Harry Maguire in such an advanced role was not the greatest of ideas. I don't know. So B-A-OK. Let's get these out of the way. So Euro and Maguire again. Do I want Maguire? A lot of key players there who are out of the squad altogether. Let's just click quick pick and go with that. Martinez and Euro looks a bit better to me. I do want to have a look at this Heaven. So I might put him in the defensive midfielder role, which Ugarte currently occupies. What's his half? Well, he's not a very good halfback, but he'll become a good halfback one day. Let's see how that does. So the final friendly before we hit what is going to be an important start to the season. In terms of the fixtures, we've got to take on Brentford, who of course in real life have just thrashed Manchester United. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes from there. So a little bit of a suspicious start with PA-OK doing quite well for the first couple of minutes, but now we seem to be dominating the possession somewhat, and hopefully we can make them suffer. He's got a bruised shin. He should have worn better shin pads. He can stay on for now. Buemo, he's out on the left. Didn't realise that. But Ahmed is on the right, so it's a little bit of a different combination. The good thing with Ahmed is how fast he is. I assume his stats match up to real life. There's Heaven. We've seen him on the ball. Here he is again. Nice little pass. Mazraoui finds Ahmad, who finds Fred. Seems so weird saying that again. Buemo. So Bruno Fernandes picks up the ball, finds Heaven. Yoro, Fred in lots of space. Nice easy ball to Buemo with the overlap for Dorgu. Dorgu does not put the ball in, and that has made me Maddie. You get it? His name's Maddie. And Buemo. Martinez. And Buemo again. Nice easy triangles there. Not making any progress up the pitch, so just passing for the sake of passing. Ahmad. Sesko. Nobody's closing him down, and they did just at the right moment. Credit to them for that. And nobody challenges the keeper. So this is not looking good in terms of chances. They don't seem to be in too much danger either. Ahmad, there you go, that's the first goal. Ahmad Diallo. Not the tallest guy on the pitch, but he was in the right place to head that one home. Buemo pulled it back to Fernandez, quick passing, and unchallenged really. That will do. So at least it looks like we're going to go in with a lead. Bruno Fernandes finds Heaven. Heaven loses the ball. That was a bit annoying, but it's been won back. And Heaven's able to be involved once again. And Ahmed has found Sesko, who has missed an absolute sitter. My goodness. 18 finishing, that's all I'm saying. 18 finishing. Oh, good early ball from Mazraoui there, but Sesko couldn't get his head on it. Well, he did, but didn't get any power whatsoever, so he might as well have not have. So, tactics for the second half of this game. Sesko going off in shame because he was disgraceful there. I want to see the 16-year-old. Actually, I'm going to give him the go. Is he any good in the air? No, but he's pretty pacey, so he's got 15 pace, so that won't be too bad. I'm going to take off Bruno Fernandes, purely because he's already played a lot of time. I know he's had a 9-day rest, but I think that would be an advisable thing to do. Ethan Williams, he was always a defender, left back, yeah. So I might give him a run as a left back, but he'll definitely want to be a wing back there. So I still haven't changed that to a wing back, but Dorgu seems to be doing okay, that role that he's got. So I'm not going to change it at the moment. I'll leave it the same. Cunha for Buemo. Diallo's got us a goal. We'll let the other young lad, Mayer, have a go. And we'll leave it at that for now. I think what I'll do is I'll drop it down to positive for this second half, because I think we're doing okay in terms of our overall possession and chances we're creating. Just don't want to be caught out at the back with that 1-0 lead. It's only a slender lead. Yoro makes it 2-0. So within 4 minutes of the second half, we've got the second goal. And it's a corner kick. I wonder whether that was Zealand's corner. I think it's the random one, because I'm sure that when I looked at Zealand's, everybody was in the middle. So, Chido Obi, Fred Cunha pulls it back to Williams, puts in a beautiful ball. Mayer can't win the header, but it's still alive. Mount, Heaven, good work from Heaven. Cunha, oh, he's hit the bar. I thought that was going in. That would have been a beautifully worked goal. The young guys looking reasonably assured on the ball. They may get the odd appearance over the course of the season. I'm quite open to playing my youngsters in the odd game, especially when they've got a bright future ahead of them. 5-star potential. You're going to be getting a little bit of a look every now and then, and certainly in some of the cup games, which are less important, we'll be giving them a go. Well, that's the first goal that we've conceded, and it was a pretty pathetic one, really. All things considered. Just innocuously out to the wing. Who was that then? Is that Mason Mount? Or is that the young lad Mayer? It is. So Mayer didn't pick up his man. Very disappointed with that. But technically he's an inside forward. Maybe I should have put him as a winger. So now they have a corner. This could go very wrong very quickly. Well headed out. And they've been forced for another corner. And all of a sudden, we're looking at this team and thinking, do we need to make some changes? Yoro heads it out. Imperious at the back. Now it's our turn for the corner. Mason Mount with it. It's still bobbing around, and Cunha has missed some sitters since coming on. And he hit the crossbar as well. I suppose that wasn't a sitter, but Delict for Martinez. And Casemiro can come on for Fred because he's looking tired. And I think that will do for that. Slow it down. Dribble less. Try and get them passing the ball around a little bit more. Just because we've got the 2-1 lead. PAOK are beginning to look dangerous, and especially when you give them the ball like that. Vanasek already been involved in the first goal. Sastra, well, we again letting him into the game, just like we did with Philadelphia in the last friendly. Cunha with the free kick. So, Maya. Williams. I think it'd be nice to get another goal just to put the game beyond doubt. I mean, this is a tactic that I quite frequently use. I think we'll wait until the corner actually. Oh, they've gone and scored. Well, we're going to very attacking whatever now, aren't we? So, well, it's a disappointing finish to the friendlies. I think we can be overall reasonably happy, but we just conceded a couple of goals. It's the only goals we conceded in the 3 games, and they've come in the second half of the final friendly when we were cruising. Absolutely cruising. And we could even still lose this because I've gone on all-out attack and they are the ones coming forward, although Casemiro picks up the ball now and plays a terrible pass. And time is ticking. I think they're going to score, are they? Oh, no, he's missed. So, instructions, extremely direct, go. We've got to get that ball forward. And that's the end of the game. Unless they're going to charge forward and score, but I think that we'll win the ball back and the ref will blow the final whistle. And I'm not getting worried at all. Oh, they've got a corner. They've scored from one corner. Assuming they get time to take it. Sastra. And come on, it must be over now. We are hanging on here in very attacking. So I'm not paying attention to the results right now. We need to build that. You're not having that. You were not good enough today. That is a match we should be winning. That is how you need to handle them. So if we look at the schedule now, it's a week's time to play Brentford, Wolves and Brighton. watching this. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I'll see you again soon.